Hey, Angie Nelson here from theworkathomwife.com. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that I'm especially passionate about, and that is how to make money by working for other bloggers. Now, if you're a new blogger yourself, or maybe you've had a blog in the past, maybe you are looking for an easy way to put those skills to good use and make some money from them. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And if you're a new blogger, working for other bloggers is actually a great way to bridge the gap between starting your own blog and becoming a full-time blogger. You may be surprised at all the great skills that you actually have already that you can use to make some extra cash. Make sure you stay till the end of the video to find out how you can learn more about the great opportunities we're talking about in today's video, in addition to some other great work from home jobs that you'll want to check out. Now, one of the first ways that you can make money working for bloggers is going to be an obvious one, and that is becoming a writer. As a blogger, you know how important that great content is. These bloggers are going to be, have a steady need for great content that they can update their blogs and their social media profiles with on a regular basis. It's going to need to be engaging content and well-researched content. And as a blogger yourself, those are going to be things that you're already familiar with. There's a good chance you may even know about some of the other aspects of blogging, such as SEO and keywords. Now, because you already know the rungs of what it takes to make a great blog post, your skills are going to be really in demand. And you can do things in content creation other than just writing blog posts. You may be able to make some money by selling article starters, which is going to be maybe a shorter post that business owners can take and make their own by filling out an existing outline with some research. You may be able to find a little niche in writing product descriptions or product reviews for bloggers. You may be even able to take your services to the next level and offer some more premium services at a higher rate, such as writing ebooks or creating some of those content freebies that we give away when people are opting into our newsletter lists. Maybe you can get started on writing some courses for other bloggers or some other kind of digital products. Those are things that can demand a premium price. Now, along with great content, you also need great images. And this has really opened up a great field for those that are familiar with Pinterest best standards or Instagram. If you know your way around an image creator like Canva or PicMonkey, you may be able to get yourself a foot in the door with some bloggers who are in need of some of these images in order to promote their work better on social media platforms. Because many bloggers love writing, but they hate creating images. And you could even take that a step further. If Pinterest images are your thing, and you also know your way around the platform like nobody's business, you can make a good living as a Pinterest virtual assistant. These assistants not only do things like creating Pinterest images, but they're also pinning to their clients' profiles, making sure everything is optimized, and getting that traffic back to those blog posts. And that brings us into social media management. Pinterest isn't the only game out there. We've also got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and others. And all of these things do require some kind of community management. Your job as a social media manager may be run the gamut from growing that community and getting more followers on that platform, to making sure that those inboxes are cleaned up and any comments are responded to and taken care of. Again, you might be creating some images in order to promote their latest blog posts or resurface some existing content. If you have the know-how, it may even involve some social advertising campaigns. Now, the services that you offer and the platforms you're using are going to be up to you as the social media manager. You can decide whether you want to offer something more broad and general across a variety of platforms, or whether you really want to specialize and dig deep into one platform, like that Pinterest virtual assistant that we talked about before. Now, I've already mentioned that content is the king when we come to blogging, but maybe you don't want to focus all your time on writing. Maybe you're really into the logistics that goes into it and before that writing takes place. And in that case, you can offer your service as a content strategist. Now, as a content strategist, you can help your clients to research keywords, uncover some maybe content gaps that they have on their blog. You can help them brainstorm some new content ideas. Maybe you can go through some of their existing content to help optimize it for search and monetization. Maybe you're the person that's putting together their editorial calendar. Or maybe you're the person that's hiring those freelance writers and making sure all of the projects are getting done. Now, one big demand that we see right now is email newsletter managers. While social media is great, we all know the risks that are involved in building your online empire on someone else's property. At any given time, Facebook or Pinterest or the next social media platform can just go belly up and not be available to us anymore. In that case, the only thing we're going to have to fall back on are our own blogs and our own newsletters. Now, because of that, it's so important for bloggers to constantly be working, getting those email subscribers onto their list. Even in the good times with social media, it's always needs to be driving back to getting these people in a place where you can market to them no matter what the future holds. Now, as an email newsletter manager, you may be doing everything from setting up their list with a newsletter provider in the first place to helping them with creating some of those opt-in freebies to actually writing the content and sending out those weekly newsletters. Now, if you're really passionate about WordPress, you can always offer your services as a blog manager. What you may be doing here are things like updating plugins, making any tweaks to their blog themes that need to be done. You may be backing up their site. Perhaps they need someone to upload and schedule their latest blog posts. You might also be doing things like troubleshooting tech problems, making sure that their comments are approved, or taking care of any spam that's going on the site. Now, to really make good money in this industry, you do need to have some technical skill as far as WordPress is concerned so that you can cover a wide variety of those little tech problems that do pop up from time to time. Now we're going to be hopping back to those images again. If you have some great photography skills, one industry that's really booming right now is selling stock photography. We have seen in the recent years some bloggers getting into trouble with maybe using some images that they got off of Google without permission, or maybe down the road the person that had those images available free in the first place has sold the licenses and now someone else is trying to get some money as far as copyright infringement is concerned. So it's really important that bloggers know where their images are coming from. And they need to make sure that they're using high quality images to drive that traffic as well. And that's why we've seen so many of these stock photography sites popping up. Now, there are several that I use every month to get the images that I use for my blog posts. A lot of the sites that I use are really focused on female bloggers and their needs, whether that be family-focused photography or maybe some of the desktop layouts that you see online a lot right now. But you can really take it and go wherever you want with that and niche down or stay general. But you're going to be offering those photographs to bloggers at an affordable rate. And in many times these are memberships, so they are going to be paying that recurring subscription fee to you. And along those same lines, we've seen a bigger demand from the recipe bloggers. If you are really great at trying out and coming up with new recipes, along with shooting some great food photography or shooting those food videos, there's a really big demand for that right now from these bloggers in the recipe niche that are needing to keep their blogs updated consistently and with some great content. So we are seeing a big need there for recipe development and photography as well. Now, these are just a few of the more popular opportunities that you have for offering your services to bloggers. I am going to leave you a link in the description below to a post that I have that has 10 of these great jobs. And within each of these job industries, I'm also going to give you a little bit of a breakdown into some of the specific services that you can offer. So make sure you check the description below for that link. And I'm also going to leave you a link to my job leads page, which is updated several times throughout the week with some of the latest job leads we have for working from home. Now, if you like today's video, please give it a like and a share, and make sure that you're subscribed so you'll get notification of the next video. Until then, I wish you best of luck in your work at home job search.